We all do it. That little head tilt, the baby talk voice, the full-blown conversations with our pets as if they're our best friends. But why do we do it? Is it just cute antics, or is there something deeper at play? Picture this, a woman, her eyes locked onto her golden retrievers, her voice softening, her sentences stretching out like warm taffy. She's not just talking to her pet, she's connecting, forging a bond that transcends species. This isn't just about pets, it's about us, our behaviors, and the psychology behind the way we communicate with our beloved animals. It's about a concept called anthropomorphism, attributing human characteristics to non-human entities, and how it's woven into our daily interactions. But here's the twist: what if this seemingly one-sided conversation is more beneficial to us than we think? What if, in talking to our pets like humans, we're unlocking a hidden strength within ourselves? Let's dive in. The sanctuary of the home is where the humanization of pets takes on a profound significance. It's here, within the safe and familiar walls, that the psychological concept of personification comes into play, as coined by psychologist Carl Rogers. This is not merely about projecting human traits onto pets but about creating a shared language of love and understanding. When a pet owner talks to their cat about their day, they're not just seeking a response, they're fostering a sense of connection and companionship. This dialogue, one-sided as it may seem, fulfills a deep-seated human need for social interaction and emotional intimacy, as highlighted by the attachment theory proposed by John Bowlby. It's not about the pet's understanding but the owner's emotional fulfillment and the pet's responsive behavior, which can be as simple as a purr or a tail wag. Consider a person returning home after a long day, their shoulders heavy with the weight of the world. They walk in, and their dog greets them with unbridled enthusiasm, tail wagging like a metronome set to allegro. The person sits down, exhausted, and starts talking to their dog about their day. They might say, "Rex, you wouldn't believe the meeting first just had. Mr. Johnson was impossible today." They might even go on to discuss their feelings, their fears, their hopes. Rex, of course, doesn't understand the words. But he understands the tone, the rhythm, the emotion behind them. He might nuzzle his owner's hand, offering silent comfort. This interaction, as simple as it is, creates a microcosm of emotional support, a safe space where feelings can be expressed and validated. This phenomenon speaks to the concept of transference, a psychological term first used by Sigmund Freud. It's a way for the owner to transfer their emotions onto their pet, creating a non-judgmental space for emotional expression. The pet, in turn, provides a sense of unconditional positive regard, a term from Carl Rogers' client-centered therapy. This dynamic transforms the home into a sanctuary, a place where human and pet alike can find solace and understanding. It's a testament to the power of human-animal bonds, a bond that transcends species and language, rooted deeply in the shared experience of love and companionship. This bond, in turn, sets the stage for the next layer of this complex relationship, the role pets play in their owners' social lives. In the realm of human-pet interactions, the concept of performance and mask comes into play, drawing parallels with the psychological phenomenon known as self-monitoring. This theory, proposed by Mark Snyder, suggests that individuals vary in their ability and motivation to observe and regulate their self-presentation in social situations. When people talk to their pets as if they were human, they often adopt a specific performance, a mask tailored to the perceived audience, their pet. This mask is not a sign of dishonesty but rather a coping mechanism, allowing individuals to express emotions and thoughts freely, safe in the assumption that their pet won't judge or criticize. Consider a person who has had a long, stressful day at work. They come home and recount their frustrations to their cat, attributing human-like understanding to the feline. This isn't necessarily a delusion but a form of emotional regulation. The cat owner is not expecting the cat to respond with advice or empathy. Instead, the act of speaking aloud helps them process their emotions. This is akin to the psychological concept of auditory self-dialogue, where speaking aloud helps individuals organize their thoughts and regulate their emotions. The cat, in this case, serves as a non-threatening, non-responsive audience, allowing the owner to perform a one-sided conversation without fear of rejection or negative evaluation. Moreover, this performance can be a way to practice social interactions. For individuals who struggle with social anxiety or have difficulty expressing themselves, talking to pets can be a low-stakes rehearsal. They can try out different ways of expressing emotions, testing their boundaries in a safe environment. This aligns with the concept of behavioral rehearsal in cognitive behavioral therapy, where individuals practice new behaviors in a controlled setting before applying them in real-life situations. The pet, in this context, becomes a therapeutic tool, helping their owner build confidence and social skills. However, it's crucial to note that this performance isn't always conscious. Often, it's an automatic response, a mask that people don't even realize they're wearing. This is where the concept of impression management comes into play. People naturally adjust their behavior to fit their perception of their audience's expectations. With pets, these expectations are often minimal, allowing people to drop their guard and express their true selves more freely. This raises an intriguing question: if talking to pets as if they were human can provide emotional relief and social practice, what does this reveal about our understanding of human-pet relationships? Perhaps it's not about projecting human qualities onto pets, but about finding a safe space to express our own humanity. The mind is a complex structure, often compared to an iceberg. The tip above the water represents our conscious mind, while the vast majority beneath the surface is the subconscious. This analogy, reminiscent of Freud's iceberg model, illustrates how much of our mental processing happens below the surface. We don't consciously decide to breathe, our heart beats without our conscious effort, and we often find ourselves reacting to situations without fully understanding why. This is the architecture of the mind at work. It's a system of interconnected parts, each influencing the other, much like the neural networks in the brain. Think of it as a bustling city, with thoughts, emotions, and memories as the inhabitants, each playing a crucial role in the functioning of the whole. Consider the concept of automaticity from psychology. It refers to behaviors that become automatic through repetition, like riding a bike or, indeed, talking to a pet. The more we do it, the less we think about it. This is why our conversations with pets often mirror human interactions. We're not consciously deciding to anthropomorphize, it's a subconscious process. Our brains are wired to seek patterns and make connections. When we see a pet's eyes light up or hear a meow, our brains interpret these as signs of happiness or distress, much like human facial expressions or vocal cues. It's a survival mechanism, a way to predict and understand the world around us. This brings us to the concept of theory of mind, the ability to attribute mental states, beliefs, intents, desires, emotions, knowledge, to oneself and others. We do this with pets, assigning them feelings and intentions based on their actions. It's a way of making sense of their behavior, of creating a narrative that our minds can easily process. But here's the twist. This seemingly simple act of attributing human-like qualities to pets can have profound effects on our mental health. Studies have shown that talking to pets can reduce stress and anxiety. It's not just the companionship, it's the act of engaging in what feels like a meaningful conversation. Our minds interpret this as social interaction, triggering the release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone. It's a clever trick of the architecture of the mind, turning a one-sided conversation into a source of comfort and joy. In the quiet hum of a cozy living room, a woman cradles her aging cat, whispering, "First know you're not feeling well, sweetie. Let's get you some water, okay?" This act, though seemingly simple, is a transaction of emotional currency. It's a trade of care for companionship, a currency that flows even in the absence of words. This is a prime example of the concept of transference in psychology, where feelings and expectations from one relationship are unconsciously shifted to another. In this case, the woman's nurturing instincts, perhaps honed through raising children, are transferred to her pet, fostering a deep emotional bond. The woman's cat, unable to verbally acknowledge her care, responds in subtle ways, a slow blink, a soft purr, or a gentle nudge. These are the cat's emotional payments, its way of saying, first see your kindness and first appreciate it. This is where the concept of emotional labor comes into play. Typically associated with human relationships, emotional labor involves managing one's own emotions and responding appropriately to others' emotions. In this interspecies bond, both parties engage in emotional labor, creating a balanced emotional economy. This emotional currency isn't just a one-way street. It's a complex web of give and take, a silent negotiation of needs and wants. The woman's cat, for instance, might demand attention by meowing loudly or rubbing against her legs. This is the cat's way of saying, first need you. And the woman, understanding this nonverbal request, responds accordingly. This is akin to the psychological concept of attachment theory, which suggests that our early bonds with caregivers shape our future relationships. In this case, the bond between the woman and her cat is a testament to the theory, demonstrating how emotional needs can be met and understood, even in the absence of words. The emotional currency exchanged in this relationship isn't just about care and companionship. It's also about trust and security. The woman's cat knows that it can rely on her for food, shelter, and affection. This sense of security is a form of psychological safety, a concept coined by psychologist Abraham Maslow. It's the base of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, suggesting that humans, and perhaps even pets, need to feel safe and secure before they can fulfill higher needs like love and self-actualization. In this way, the emotional currency exchanged in the absence of words is not just a transaction of care, but a foundation of trust and security that enriches both lives. When you find yourself explaining to your dog why you're late with their dinner, or apologizing to your cat for waking them up, you might be anthropomorphizing your pets. This is the tendency to attribute human traits, emotions, or intentions to non-human entities, and it's more common than you might think. It's not just about talking to them like they're humans, but also interpreting their behavior as if they're making human-like decisions. You might see your dog's tilted head as curiosity, or your cat's slow blink as affection, and that's your human brain at work, trying to make sense of their actions through a human lens. This behavior is deeply rooted in our psychology. Anthropomorphism is a cognitive bias that helps us navigate the world by making the unfamiliar familiar. It's a way for our brains to simplify complex information, and it's not just something we do with pets. We do it with inanimate objects, too, like naming our cars or thinking our laptop is acting up because it's mad at us. This phenomenon is related to the concept of agency detection, which is our tendency to perceive purposeful action where none might exist. It's an evolutionary trait that helped our ancestors survive by detecting potential threats, but it's also why we see faces in clouds or hear voices in the wind. But why do we do this with our pets in particular? One reason is that we share our homes and lives with them, creating a bond that mimics human relationships. We care for them, we play with them, and we rely on them for companionship. This is where the concept of social support comes into play. Social support is the perception or reality that we're part of a social network that provides us with assistance, comfort, or information. Our pets become part of that network, and we treat them as such. This is also why pet owners often experience a sense of loss or grief when their pets die, similar to losing a human loved one. Moreover, talking to our pets like they're humans can also be a form of self-disclosure. Self-disclosure is the process of revealing personal information to others, and it's a crucial part of forming and maintaining relationships. When we talk to our pets, we're often sharing our thoughts, feelings, and experiences with them. This can be therapeutic, as it allows us to process our emotions and gain a sense of understanding and connection. It's also why some people find comfort in talking to their pets about difficult topics or personal struggles. They offer a safe, non-judgmental space for us to express ourselves. As we wrap up, remember, talking to our pets like they're humans isn't just about us projecting our emotions onto them. It's about understanding their unique perspectives, their silent observations, their quiet resilience. It's about seeing their shyness as a form of wisdom, their laziness as a lesson in energy conservation, their anger as a boundary-setting skill. We've explored the psychological concepts of anthropomorphism and the Rorschach effect, and we've seen how they play into our interactions with our furry friends. But here's the thing, our pets aren't just passive participants in these conversations. They're active listeners, perceptive observers, and sometimes, even our most honest critics. They don't just respond to our words, they react to our emotions, our energy, our intent. And in doing so, they teach us about unconditional love, patience, and the power of nonverbal communication. So, the next time you find yourself chatting with your pet, remember, you're not just talking to them. You're learning from them, growing with them, and building a bond that transcends language. And if you're as fascinated by this intricate dance of human-pet communication as we are, stay tuned. In our next video, we'll be diving into the science behind why we love our pets so much. It's a journey of attachment, evolution, and the surprising ways our pets have shaped our very biology. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful explorations into the human-animal bond. Until then, keep talking to your pets. Who knows? You might just find that they're talking back, in their own special way.